Hi there, welcome to this week's angel reading. I'm Rachel Skoltok. It's the 6th of November and I've just pulled out two cards for you today. So the first card that I have is El Morya, and this comes from the Kyle Gray deck, the Keepers of the Light Oracle. Lots of people ask me about these cards when I post them. I've been using them on my Instagram page a lot recently, and they're very apt for this time and what we're going through, and there's really strong messages that come with them. So El Morya is asking us to be aware of new ideas, new consciousness, new beliefs coming and awakening inside of you. It's like you've been in your little bubble or your little egg for a while, and the more you've grown spiritually, you've been through different experiences, some of them painful. It's like that pain has pushed you further. It's made your spirit bigger. It's, you know, there's a quote in the Prophet called, "Your pain is the breaking of your understanding." So your beliefs are changing, not for the worse, but for the better, because of the changes and the experiences that you've been through. So we could say that you've outgrown your current beliefs. You've outgrown your current way of thinking. Life has been trying to show you a different way to think and believe and act. And so this is really important, this card, because it's saying, one, you need to protect your energy because you might be feeling more vulnerable, more open. You're certainly more spiritually sensitive and open at this time. And look, a cloak of protection doesn't mean that you are hiding in any way from the world. It doesn't mean that you're expecting bad things to happen. Protection is like putting an umbrella up in the rain. You are sensible because you know that there are certain energies out in the world. There are certain negative, fear-based, harsh energies, and those energies have an effect on your body, your mind, your intuition, your energy. So it's really important that you put yourself in a cloak of protection at this time, but also be aware of the new beliefs that are coming to you, that are trying to be born inside of you. Now, what often happens when we start to change our beliefs is that we go instantly into fear. We start to think the worst because we feel unsafe, because of what we originally believed, what originally we thought is changing for us. So that can be painful, it can be difficult, especially if you keep trying to stick to the same way of acting and believing. So it might be something really simple that you always thought that the job, the relationship, the situation that you're in at the moment was going to last forever and was your absolute be-all and end-all. This is the way it was always going to be. You found it and you didn't have to change. And then all of a sudden things start happening to give you a nudge. And maybe those things are, things start to go a little bit wrong. You start to see things in a different light. Perhaps you start changing on the inside and you're not enjoying those situations anymore. You might have found that you have outgrown them, or that there's a little sort of inkling inside that you want something different. And so what a lot of people do then is go, oh, no, I don't want to think about this. I don't want to think about change. It's going to be too hard. It's going to cause problems. So I'm just going to stuff myself back into my box and try not to think about it. But that becomes difficult and painful too. So the important thing is to know that these changes are beneficial. They're going to bring you more blessings than you currently have right now. So it may not mean that you have to leave the job or the relationship that you're in, or it may, but it might mean that you have to make some changes, some adjustments. It might mean that you have to speak to your partner, or you might get a promotion, or there might be a different way of doing things that brings you more peace and happiness and fits your true self, your true personality, your new self, if you like, as you've grown and developed. And, this can go when you've been through something really tough as well, something traumatic, that can sort of be a shock to the system of, why did this happen to me? What is it? I always believed I was safe, and now I don't feel like I'm safe. So there are changes in the way that you're thinking, in the way that you're believing. But the angels and the spirit guides want to help you to change your beliefs in a more positive and happy way. So this brings me to the second card. So this is hope. And the message of the card is love and acceptance. I'll read you what it says. It says, love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. So you can see that when we go through changes and when we go through difficult times, it challenges our beliefs in ourselves, in the people around us, in life, in perhaps divine, in the angels, in our faith. And then when we go through those changes, we can be in danger of actually changing for the worst and becoming losing faith, or becoming angry at the world, or becoming bitter, or becoming depressed about things, because the way we thought things should be hasn't actually worked out. So for this is saying it's time for you to find love and acceptance, to accept what is, what has been, and to find love for yourself, to find a way for whatever has happened to bring you to a place of your heart being open. Never close your heart off, because when your heart is closed off, it feels doubly painful. It feels really tough. And it's even more difficult for the angels and the divine spirit to bring healing to you. So love and acceptance is coming to you from God and the angels, because they're saying, you are loved. We accept you exactly the way you are. We want you to let go of all of the pain and the shame and the blame and all of those things, and to just be in a embrace of peace and healing, so that the angels can, because when you're in this sort of state of receptivity, the angels can deliver all of the love and the healing and the guidance that you're looking for. They can show you to your next step. And it's one step at a time, one step at a time. Never try to push too hard, because then you sort of miss the steps that you've been given. Love is yours. Love is all around you. Someone said to me at the weekend, only love is real. It's a quote from A Course in Miracles, and that's true. Only love is real. When you go through big changes in your life, you can forget, because you get cut off from that divine source energy. It never goes away, but your consciousness, your awareness gets cut off, because as soon as you start thinking about fear, am I good enough? Is it my fault? What else could go wrong? You get angry, you get sad, whatever things are happening to you, you start to get cluttered with negative thoughts. And those negative thoughts create a sort of an umbrella that block you from connecting to the divine light. They lower your vibration, in truth, so that you're no longer reaching the higher vibrations of where the guidance is that you want. And whenever you drop out like that, it literally feels like you've dropped. You feel horrible. It feels negative. As soon as you start having negative thoughts, it drops you out of that light feeling. And it's not that God and the angels have gone anywhere or have stopped caring or stopped helping you. It's just that your own thoughts have dropped your energy, have dropped your vibration. And so this is saying, open up and start to think more loving thoughts, more peaceful thoughts, things that align you with the feeling of feeling good. Who cares if at this moment in time those thoughts don't feel 100% true? They're the thoughts that you want to think. I am loved, I am accepted, I am good enough exactly as I am peaceful, I am whole, I am loved by the angels, I am guided. Even if it doesn't feel that way, when you start to think and speak in those ways, all of that harsh energy can lift off of you and you can reconnect to your angels. I love the picture in this card. Look at the beautiful lotus flower. There's so much love and a beautiful vibration. Incidentally, whilst I was reading that card, I could feel the energy of Archangel Raphael come in. And Raphael is the healing angel. Raphael is the archangel that not only brings healing to our health and helps healers, actually, but also brings emotional healing to us. And I always call on both Raphael and Michael whenever I'm going through a big change, because Archangel Raphael can help us to navigate the difficulties that come up in our emotions, the resistance that comes up in our emotions when change is about to happen. And he can guide you through and bring you the energy and the peace and the understanding. So ask Archangel Raphael to be with you as you go through these changes, and know that even if it feels a little bit roller coasterish, you are protected, you are safe. And to call on El Mariah, Archangel Michael, and all of your angels to surround you in a beautiful cloak of light, so that you feel protected and safe and that your energy is contained. Sometimes when we're afraid, our energy just scrambles. It's like It's like someone dropped an egg. It goes everywhere. And so no wonder we feel terrible. We feel panicky because we can't get a hold of anything. When we consciously pull our energy in, it's just like breathing. You just pull your energy in around you, tuck it around you nice and tight. You'll feel safer. You'll feel your angels. You'll feel more protected because you're not so scattered and divided. So I would say that the full moon's having a big influence on our energy this week. But, you know, these are the shifts and changes we've been praying for. And so keep an open mind because heaven has something wonderful in store for you. And you might have to go through a few uncertain steps before you get to that place where you realize this is a blessing in disguise. There's something great waiting for me on the other side of this. You know, sometimes it takes a little bit of work for us to do our healing, to stay on our path. But it's much better than staying closed down and blocked off from the path itself, from our spirit, from our consciousness. So I'm wishing you a beautiful week. Angel blessings. Have a wonderful week ahead. I'll be seeing you next Monday for next Monday's reading. In the meantime, I've just gone on sale with the Angels at Uluru retreat, which is a self-healing retreat that is going to be in May 2018. So you can have a look on my website. It's up for sale and I can talk to you about that if you send me an inquiry. Have a great week.